One of the best things about travel is the people you meet along the way. Connecting with strangers and opening our eyes to what normal life looks like around the world. I don't just mean the visible differences in culture that immediately hit you when you visit a new country, but on a deeper level. Where do people live? What's the town like? What does their average day look like? And what do they do for work? And how do they make ends meet? Ultimately, what does normal look like to them? Today, we visit a rural Tunisian town and get to experience just that, before ending the day with a traditional family meal with new friends. Hello guys and welcome back. We are currently in the town of Kebili in the south of Tunisia, and we are staying at Camping des Amis, which I think is like camping of friends, which is lovely. And we are going to show you a little bit of local life today. We are hoping to go around the town, explore, see what real Tunisian life is like. Yay! But first, breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Oh my god, it's so busy.
So we have come for lablebi at a local hotspot. This opens at 5 a.m. and people come here for their breakfast for this spicy chickpea soup.
Take a seat here.
Okay.
Just little by little, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm breaking the bread.
Spice is good. Runny eggs. Wow. And then half a loaf. Super! Thank you! So we were able to just go into the kitchen and see how they actually prepare the lablebi. And yeah, everybody gets half a loaf of bread to go with their soup here, so it's a big meal. Okay, so this is definitely a local spot, and we will introduce you to Arafat, our guide, after breakfast. He is the owner of the campsite and he knows all the best spots to go, so fingers crossed we're going to be in for a good day. And this is essentially where like all of the men would come for breakfast here to get like a big hearty bowl of soup to see you through the rest of the day. It's meant to be spicy, it's meant to be good, so we are very excited. Here comes James.
I got olives on mine.
Olives! Wow. Look at this. So you've got all of your bits of bread at the bottom and then a runny egg on the top. Wow. Yeah, so the egg gets all mixed in when you mix it up, and then the bread gets all soft. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, that's spicy.
That's really spicy.
Oh. Very spicy. But like in a warming your mouth kind of way, not like a...
So this is definitely the place to be for breakfast. As you saw, it was so busy in there. The lablebi was very, very tasty, so filling. I could not finish mine. The size of that bowl was like the size of my head. But as you saw, like loads of spices, chili paste, and then like a chickpea broth, which is poured over the top of the ripped up baguette, which is from the night before, so you don't get any bread that just goes stale and is left over and never used, and put it in the soup so it goes all mushy. You loved it?
Loved it. We are paid up. It was 18 dinar for everything.
Which is how much?
£4.20
For the three of us.
for everything.
Wow.
3 lablebi, 2 cokes, and 1 milk.
I can't believe it.
What a place. Yes, watch out. Unlike Courtney, who thought it was weird texture, I absolutely loved it. Like, nice soft bread, and it just all mixed the flavour, and like the bread took the flavour on. I don't know what she's on about, she's weird.
Okay, so let me explain. I really enjoyed the flavour, right? But yeah, like the texture is kind of like porridgey, like baby food, because the bread goes all mushy and soggy. And I'm not sure that soggy is my favourite descriptive word for food, but the flavour was great. The texture, I'm still undecided on.
So we are being shown around the town of Kebili by Arafat, who is the owner of the campsite and has such a knowledge of the place. He's wandered off, but we'll show you in a second.
Say hello to the vlog, Arafat.
Hello. Hello.
Arafat has just brought us to the centre of town, which is like a big square area. Obviously you can see that I Love Kebili sign behind us. And basically this town square is like, it really is the centre of town. So different to, I guess, how we have a high street in the UK where like you have all your important buildings dotted around in various places around the town. This square has everything you need in terms of like the core bits of society, I guess, or all in this one location.
So here it is the main place for all the town. From here you can see, for example, the Ministry of the Finance here,
Yes.
and the municipality and bank and police, and here it is the post here, and here it is the oldest cafe in this town.
The oldest cafe in town?
This is the first television in this town.
Ah.
In this cafe, yeah.
Wow.
So when we are, for example, little children, it is like strange, the television. We are coming to see it from the window. Yeah. So
To look in?
To look to television from the window.
Wow.
But the man with a big stick, he come to us and
He chased you?
we are run.
So he is a little shy from the camera introducing himself, but he is full of stories, and we have been staying at his campsite for about 4 or 5 nights now whilst we've been working. This is our first day out exploring in the town, which is why he is giving us a guided mystery tour, we are calling it. But him and his family, Latifa and their 3 children, have been amazing, like the best hosts. They've baked us fresh bread every single morning. They've made us traditional food on an evening, and we've all sat around and eaten together in a meal. It was their daughter's birthday, Mayara, the other day, so we had cake and sang happy birthday to her. It has honestly been such a special experience to spend time with this family. So we are now in the middle of the market. It's very quiet, obviously it's very early, it's like 9 AM now, so no one is out. But you can literally buy anything you want here. There's like clothes, kitchen stuff, homeware, like it's a bit of everything, and this is where people would come in the town to buy all their knickknacks.
So we are going to get this Arabic calendar, where each day has like a proverb, thank you, or a story on it. So we will translate every day, and we will hang this in the van. I think that would be really nice.
That would be a nice memory.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can translate it okay.
If not, we could just make it up.
I love this, just seeing everyone like milling around in the morning, and we've turned a corner and it's a little bit busier down the street, and then a lady was just walking towards us, full pyjamas, dressing gowns, slippers, with her like bag of oranges. She's been to the market obviously, but she didn't even like, it's not even a thing to think, oh, I need to get changed before I go to the market. Like, I wish that was acceptable in England, to go out in your pyjamas. Okay, we are about to experience our first Tunisian cafe experience, which up until now we've avoided. Cafes are really a man's domain in rural areas of Tunisia, and you rarely see women in them. I'm not gonna say it's forbidden, but it's definitely discouraged for women to go to the cafe here. Thankfully, as tourists with a local guide, we are not held to these cultural standards and are pretty much welcomed everywhere. So Arafat was just telling us that like when he has the time, when he's not rushing around working loads, like he'll come here on a morning, chat with people, meet friends, have a coffee, slowly start your day. have nice coffee that opens, he says, the eyes and the mind, which I think is a really nice way to describe it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah?
Oh, it's like caramelly, like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good, my friend.
it's like a flat white sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
So we're in a chicken restaurant now. It's very traditional.
This is the best.
Yeah.
Getting to learn so much. I'm such a geek when it comes to stuff like this.
No, the hedge. So even though we are vegetarian and we don't obviously eat meat, like meat is a big part of the culture here, meat and fresh fish. So we still want to learn about the culture and the restaurants and what is traditional to eat. So even though you're looking at a big bucket of like raw chicken just on the table over there, may not be my favorite thing to do, it's still a great cultural experience. Poor chickens. One thing that I find really interesting here about the restaurants as well is like they're not like dressed up to be looking really posh and stuff. Like obviously in Western countries, especially in England and things, like you really judge a restaurant a lot of the time by what it looks like, what the interior furnishings are like, how like nice does it look. Here, like it's all about the food. So like the best local spot might have the most simple furniture, plastic chairs, like no tablecloths and crumbs on the table, but that is still the place to be. Like the furnishings really make no difference on the experience, which I think is really, really interesting, like differentiator between here and what we're used to.
This is the place for dates. Besides them.
Whoa, ginormous! Okay, so we have been reluctant to buy dates in our first month in the country so far because we don't know where is the good place to buy them, right? There's loads of street sellers at the side of the road or like at toll booths or like in the touristy markets where you see them in like perfectly presented boxes and stuff. And if we're honest, we just don't think that that's probably the local place that you would go to buy proper fresh dates. This is the shop.
He comes from Tunis and from Algeria, from Libya, from everyone is coming into the market to look here. Yeah.
Wow, so people come all over to see this man to buy dates from this guy.
Dates, yeah. Comes from many places. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh, which one?
As you like.
This one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Juicy?
Big.
Oh, very good. Very good. Thumbs up.
Awesome. Just don't eat them all at once, or
That could be dangerous.
our toilet would not be happy.
So that box of, I think it says 2 kilograms on the box, is 10 dinar, which is like £2.50 or something like that. That is insane. Like in the UK, dried fruit and nuts and things is so expensive. And for 2 kilograms of fresh dates that people come from all over to come and buy, that is just amazing. So we just learned something fun about dates after our purchase just before at the market. Arafat says that there are 45,000 people that live in this town, but there are 450,000 date palms. So there's like 10 palm trees for every one person. So that's what gives a little bit of context as to how big the date industry is here. I also love that Tunisia has yellow taxis. It's like New York. We're at the taxi rank right now. A little tea shop, veggies, taxis everywhere.
Yeah, okay.
It was at this moment that we met the town's longest standing taxi driver, followed by the sweetest old baker man who's been providing sweet treats to the residents for basically his whole life. Then on to meet the best barber in town, before Arafat insisted we needed to meet the king of Shisha.
Mr. Nu'man and Mr. Sisi.
Hello.
He's the king of Shisha.
The king of Shisha.
Good.
Good. I'm good at this.
Yep, that's tobacco.
Tobacco, yeah. Oh.
King of shisha.
Whoa, that has given me a major head rush. And that guy was doing huge puffs.
Mr. Sissy.
الله
يرحم والديك يا سويدي. عاين نهارك زين.
عايشك يرحم والديك بابا.
Look my friend.
Wow.
So it's all
Olives.
olives.
He gives us more to eat more. Yeah.
Encourages
yes,
you to eat
encourage.
more.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's very
In here as well.
inside. Yes.
These are full.
All is full. Yeah.
Wow. And then just fill them in water bottles and then sell them. Because why not? Because otherwise we just throw the plastic
waste
in the
if not,
ocean
yeah,
anyway, so you might as well reuse it.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's really good. So Arafat has brought us now to the industrial zone. There's a lot of bike workshops, carpenters, blacksmiths we just went and saw. He was just saying that not many young people actually want to do these very hard labor jobs now. So often you'll find that it's an older guy who's honed his craft over time. But the blacksmith actually was a young person, which is really unusual to see because young people typically want to do more luxurious jobs or office jobs or something that's potentially got a higher pay. So it's really, really nice to see just all of the workshops and everyone working really, really hard here. It's absolutely inspiring.
I don't know if she said, but the blacksmith was wearing flip-flops.
There's no regard for health and safety here, flames and stuff, and just socks and flip-flops, it's all good.
So there's absolutely loads of bike shops here, and that's because nearly everyone in this town and pretty much in Tunisia has a little bike. Very simple machines, small engines, just twist and go. But I think it's so much easier to get around because of all the traffic. So there's a big industry around bike fixing here because some of them have seen better days.
Bonjour. Bonjour. English ولا
English, Mr. Mahmoud.
Mr. Mahmoud, Courtney.
شرف. Nous avons des plaisirs.
Pleasure.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome to Qibili.
Thank you very
سيدي
much.
الله يرحم والديك.
وربي
يشدك الله يرحم والديك.
C'est mon frère ça.
Yeah, it's like a brother. Yes. Oh, it's
Every
very
time I
nice.
cross it here, سي محمود.
Oh, let me take a photo together.
Yes.
Yes.
تعال خلينا.
مش عملنا تصويرة. تباها وربي يونسك
الله يرحم
بها.
والديك يا سي محمود.
اسمع. نقول إن شاء الله ربي يونسك بها وإن شاء الله. كيفاش
You have a good time together. Yes, I hope for the future. For the
Thank
good
you.
time.
Shukran.
فات فوتو avec monsieur.
Yes, of course.
He was the nicest woodworker I've ever met. He was basically welcoming us to the country. He wanted pictures with us, and honestly, the friendship that him and Arafat have just looks so lovely. Genuinely, I would like him to be, my uncle or something like that.
We've come full circle.
An absolute full circle back to the car, and now I think we go back.
I have no idea where we're going.
I think we're going back, but I have no idea. Let's go.
Get in there with all your bags, me mule. Come on.
So this is a hot spring, but it's coming out the top of a building. Okay, I have so many questions.
And we use it for the water for irrigation. And we use it for hammam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we use it too because it is it is very rich with many sulfate and in this water.
Yeah.
So it's good for rheumatism and
Okay.
good when it is coughing. We have your
the cold.
cold for cold when your nose
Yes.
is
It's
cool.
clear.
And for the head when we have headache too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is absolutely marvelous. I can't believe it. Yeah, so Arafat's saying it is one of the oldest hot springs, natural hot springs in this area or in the whole
This all the whole of the area. Yeah.
the whole area of this area of the Sahara. It's incredible. And he says that from here it will go into like an irrigation system, which then feeds this big palm oasis, which kind of runs behind us, because the minerals and the sulfur, as it is good for our skin, like when we go in a hammam or in a, you know, in a hot spring pool, it's good for the plants and the trees as well. This is possibly the most cracked staircase I've ever walked up in my life, but Arafat says it's okay, so we are going. We are putting so much trust in him today, so whatever he says goes. He is the boss. Wow. There are thousands of palm trees. 450,000 palm trees, right?
Palm trees, yeah.
In every direction.
10 palm tree for each person.
Wow.
I see, so it comes up to cool down, and then it goes out to the irrigation.
And in the same time, the people who use it like a hammam. For clean it and for everything.
But not here.
Yes, in another place, Come on, my friend. Look, people here, the neighbors is washing. Washing clothes here.
Oh, and the water. I
because
see.
It's here. This is go to the irrigation of the palms, and he use it for washing the clothes.
Arafat was just telling us that this water doesn't have any electricity to pump it up to the top of this building here. The structure was built, so that because the water is so hot, it needs to it's so pressurized and so hot that it pumps itself up into these pipes, and then they have drilled holes in the building so it can run down and cool down, so that then it's not too hot once it actually gets to the date palms, and not too hot when people then want to use it for washing or for washing themselves, and it just naturally does that itself because it's so pressurized underground. It like pushes itself up into the air. It's incredible. Back at the campsite, we learned a lot about Arafat and his lifestyle in this town. For his family to survive year-round and send his children to private school to get a good enough education, it is vital that he has multiple income streams. A date palm grove, campsite, Airbnb, host weddings, and rents small shops on his property. He is considered a successful businessman in this town, but despite living a very simple life, they still have to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning to start the day's work, have goats and chickens to make their own produce, drive around in a rusty old car. They don't even have a TV in their home, yet they are content and humble.
And you're living okay? You have enough?
For now, some days like this sometimes, but we are very believable and we are very satisfied. If you are satisfied, my friend, in your heart and your mind, you live okay. If you are not satisfied, never satisfied for nothing. Maybe you have many money, but always you are wanted more and more and more. But live normal and simple, and you live, you are happy, and you live okay in your life, my friend. And it is important to live satisfied in this life.
This is why we are here, also to understand and to learn.
Exactly, my
friend. And this is why you are so valuable and special to us, because you are teaching us so much. We are so grateful. Thanks.
And we hope that seeing this is something that people will think, wow, I want to experience that, because honestly, this is one of the best days we've had in Tunisia yet, and we've had some good ones.
Right, it has been a few hours. We are now all wrapped up and we are going to have a very local experience, going for dinner with Arafat and his family, and a couple of German friends that have arrived as well. Latifa, Arafat's wife, is going to cook us all an amazing meal tonight. We're going to get to try some traditional Tunisian food, so we are very excited. Oh, Arafat has a fire made for us already.
So, welcome, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's lovely in here. Okay, so we are eating a whole load of different foods here. We start with like a soup course, which is like spicy with like orzo pasta and like grains, and then you go on to a brick, which is a fried egg in like a fried kind of pastry casing. Absolutely, oh my god, it's like my favorite thing in Tunisia now. And then we have this tagine, which is like a spicy frittata, like an omelette frittata thing with potato and layers, herbs. And then you go into couscous with spicy sauce and potatoes, carrots and everything, salad, fresh bread from the bakery. It's just amazing. Latifa has done a beautiful job and we're literally devouring the whole thing.
Bon appetit! Bon appetit!
Today was one of our fondest memories of Tunisia so far. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Life makes it very easy to let the days pass us by, staying in our own bubble, never really thinking about the alternate reality someone else is living a few thousand miles away. Next time you pop to the cafe, the barbers, or the corner shop, just remember, there are people all over the world doing the exact same thing in that moment. They might just be doing it slightly differently.